Welcome to day 2 of the exchange. Now, my name is Emily Lamb. Today, for keynote number 2, we're really excited to kind of dive in and kind of sit back. I think the exchange is so amazing because we're here for inspiration. We're here for rejuvenation. We're here to talk to our colleagues from all around the world. And so today, I am excited for this keynote to take a step back and to be rejuvenated and revived and why we're here. And so first, we'll kick it off with a tradition that we started at the founding of the exchange, the Cordis Innovation Awards. And so for Ashoka U, we're honored to recognize and to celebrate outstanding models that are really leading in the field of social innovation education. And so today we have representatives from the Cordis Foundation here to honor and celebrate these outstanding examples of how we and how you and how institutions can make an impact in their university and their community and around the world. So without further ado, we'll recognize and hear from co-founder of this award and co-founder of the Cordis Foundation, Ron Cordis.
Good morning. So as Emily said, 6 years ago, at the 2011 exchange, we launched the Cordis Innovation Awards in partnership with Ashoka. And our objective has been really to create a showcase for the most innovative programs occurring in the higher education universe around social entrepreneurship and social innovation. We were attracted as a foundation to these awards because one of our core missions is helping to build an ecosystem for social entrepreneurship. And we think that a big part of building that ecosystem is equipping the next generation of social entrepreneurs and social innovators. And there's no better place to do that than with Ashoka U and as part of this gathering and this community. So since 2011, we've recognized 35 awardees, and they've spanned an entire spectrum from programs built within universities to programs built by social enterprises serving higher education. Last year, in addition to our 2016 awardees, in celebration of 5 years in the program, we also awarded 5 Hall of Fame awards. And many of you of the Hall of Fame winners are here today. And we awarded those to programs that had been distinctive in their growth and development since they'd received their original Innovation Award. Today, for 2017, we're proud to have 4 awardees. So to award the 2017 Innovation Awards, I'm pleased to turn the stage over to our Portfolio Director at the Cordis Foundation, Eric Stevenson.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having us. We got to work with the Ashoka U team in going through a tremendous amount of applications, all of which were fantastic. But in particular, there were some that stood out, and this is the first year we're actually going to award them via categories. And so let's jump right into it, with the first category being the academic student learning category. And we want to recognize original models for credit-bearing social innovation and change-making education. So with our first award, Keith Warner from the Global Social Benefit Fellowship.
Our program's key innovation is action research. This practice strengthens the ties between higher education and the social enterprise movement. Action research is a form of engaged learning, with students developing practical research deliverables that can help social enterprises scale their mission. Drawing from the intellectual resources of the university, the students are able to apply their learning in practical ways in service of the mission of these enterprises. With rigorous learning and faculty mentoring, students are able to conduct social impact assessments, develop operational manuals, plan business development, and create marketing campaigns. When designed effectively, action research creates a value exchange between social entrepreneurs and the campus community. The social enterprises receive a useful product that they can use in scaling their enterprise. The students receive an on the front lines experience immersed in the work of social entrepreneurs. Our model, which is described in this white paper, emerged from working with the Global Social Benefit Institute Accelerator Program hosted at Miller Center at Santa Clara University campus. We have 600 social enterprise partners around the world, and we work with them to define the scope of a research project and understand what they need, and then create the projects that students can actually execute. So action research does not depend upon having an accelerator. It just merely requires social enterprise partners. Action research does not have to be done in a developing world context, of course. It can be done just across the street. And I think the critical opportunity here is to understand, listen deeply to the social entrepreneurs and what they need, and then devise projects that students can actually execute. On behalf of Santa Clara, thank you very much for this award.
Thank you, Keith. Our second award is Student Pathways in Social Innovation Education. In this category, we recognize innovative pathways to institutions that are building to support students' pursuit of change-making education. And on behalf of our next award, Amani Institute, Elina Rabat, the Executive Director of the Amani Institute, will come up to present. Thank you.
So imagine you can create the best program ever for change makers. No barriers, no constraints. You can do whatever you want. That was the question that guided our program when we first designed it. And actually, we not only asked this question to ourselves, but we also asked these questions to professors, students, and also to people working in the social sector. What talent they want in their team. So that's the program where we actually develop professionals to create impact, to create social change. And it's a 9-month program. 5 months is online, and 4 months is in the ground. And when I say in the ground, it's really in the ground. We are located in Nairobi, Kenya, in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and this year we are also opening our 3rd office in Bangalore, India. We believe that we need to be where the problems are, where the innovators are. So we want to be there. We always say that our classroom, our campus, is a full city. So how all this works? So we bring 40 people twice a year to these locations, and these people are from all over the world. And what is more important is that these people have from very different backgrounds. We put together in the same classroom a fantastic community leader from the slum of Nairobi with a top-class university from the US, because we believe that's the world we need to live, and we know it's possible, and we make it possible inside our programs. So everyone that is coming to the program has to really live innovation. They have to find a real problem and find a real solution for that. They need to work in a local organization to understand how actually change happens in an organization. They also have to go through 10 different skill courses, learning leadership, communication, problem solving, creativity, because you need all that to really innovate with purpose. So we bring executive director, CFO to teach all these skills. And what is most important is that we train the full person. What that means? In order to sustain yourself and to sustain change in the long term, you need to be well prepared. You need to understand what are your fears, what are your passions, what are your limits, how to be resilient, how to be courageous, how to align yourself. Because change the world is fantastic, and I recommend it to everyone. But it's a full-time job. It's a lifelong experience, and you need to be very well equipped to do that. Let me just finalize with 5 seconds to say thank you to Ashoka U for the amazing work, for the network that you're building, for helping us to exchange all this knowledge. Thank you for the Clara Foundation for the award and for the support. Congratulations for the other winners. And thank you for all of you for being part of this network. And I want to say a special thank you and congratulations for the host of today from Miami-Dade College. We had the honor to work with them last year. And the most I know them, the most I admire them. So congratulations, MDC, for your work. And thank you very much. Very honored of being here today.
And moving on to the next award, our 3rd awardee is for Student Services and Student Affairs. Now, Student Services and Student Affairs broadly influence the student experience across the college and university campus. In this category, we recognize models for harnessing student services and student affairs to embed social innovation across the student experience and empower all students as change makers. This year's awardee is Common Good First at Glasgow Caledonian University, and accepting the award will be Ambra Yarborough, Associate Director of Transition and Leadership Programs at Emory University, and the award is Creating Emory at Emory College.
Good morning, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here to represent the team that has developed this program over the past 5 years, and the majority of them are live streaming in from Atlanta, Georgia, so I'm just honored and privileged to be able to accept this award on the entire team's behalf. This program started 5 years ago, as I mentioned, as a result of an increase of incidents on campus. As we all know, our campuses are microcosms for what's happening in larger society, and we were having an increase of bias incidents and of sexual assaults and other incidents on campus that students and staff really wanted to respond to. So our Senior Vice President of Student Affairs and Dean of Campus Life reached out to our team of Student Affairs and charged us to develop a collaborative approach in order to address these incidents in a proactive way instead of being reactive. And so as a result, the program that we've developed over the course of 5 years is Creating Emory. So the partners that ended up being a part of this fantastic team are mentioned on the slide above, truly showing the collaborative essence of this program. We have student involvement, leadership and transition, debate and dialogue, Office for Undergraduate Education, Residence Life, Health Promotion, and Office of Multicultural Programs and Services. And we created a multi-tiered, peer-facilitated program that focuses on leading lives of integrity and values congruence, that focused on how to dialogue across our different identities and experiences, and how to have interpersonal violence prevention from day one through the new student orientation experience. So what I'm going to show next is the impact of scale that we've had over the course of our time spent. So the new students have 4 hours of the experience. Then we have orientation leaders, resident advisors, and sophomore advisors who go through 16 hours of training, who are trained by staff members who have 24 hours of training. Meanwhile, the learning goal and complexity increases throughout these different experiences as well to create the scale that you're going to see here. So we have, it's not showing completely correctly on here, but we have a group of 6 members on the working team, 30 staff trainers who are trained, who then train 300 plus student facilitators, who then go forth and facilitate the experience for 1,500 new students every year. And we're currently at the place where we're looking to expand it to transfer students, graduate programs in schools, and also expand it throughout the 4-year experience. So thank you on behalf of everyone for allowing us the opportunity to share our work, and it's a true privilege and honor to be here.
Thank you. And for our final award, it will be for university and community partnerships. Now, partnerships between higher education institutions and community initiatives promise mutually valuable opportunities for learning and growing. In this category, we recognize original approaches to partnerships, simultaneously accelerating the growth of social innovation in higher education and change-making efforts in the community. And after confirming with PwC, our last award will go to Julia Dare for Common Good First at Glasgow Caledonian University.
Thank you very much for getting my name right. Glasgow Caledonian, or GCU, is the University for the Common Good. And like all of you here, we teach, research, and share knowledge with businesses and the public sector. But we try to add more, and we try to add in and harness the intellectual, social, and emotional capital from across our university community to deliver social impact and benefit in a number of key areas. We know that around the world, communities and individuals face very similar problems, but they often tackle them in very different ways. And so what I was brought into the university to do was to create a digital platform which will identify, showcase, and connect these communities and individuals, not just to each other, but to academics, teachers, and students around the world for research, evaluation, learning and teaching, and student engagement. Here are 2 projects. On the left-hand side, you'll see a community group in a quite a deprived part of Glasgow in Scotland called Peak. Their aim is to keep kids in school, keep them outside and playing, and give them experience of working in small groups. On the right-hand side, you'll see the Sepang project in Johannesburg in South Africa. The children there come from orphaned and vulnerable and come from communities where they often don't have parents. The Sepang project feeds them, keeps them in school, and keeps them motivated to go on to good things. The differences in these two projects are striking, obviously very different parts of the world, but their approaches are also very different. So our project will bring together these projects by telling their stories in a digital way. We're going to create digital modules between community and students. We have got a consortium of 12 universities, 6 in South Africa, 5 in Europe, and we'll come together to try and create a community in the real world and a community in the virtual world between these social impact projects. Margaret Mead said, "It is small groups of committed people working together who change our world for the better." We hope that in creating this project and these communities, we can make a difference too. Thank you for your time, and thank you to the Cordes Foundation for this incredible honor. Thank you.